Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I want to just welcome you to our second Culture Change Exchange. And this is offered through the Schlegel Center for Learning, Research, and Innovation, which is a program of the Research Institute for Aging. And looking around the room and looking at the participant list, most of you, I would say, are pretty familiar with what we mean by culture change. Is that fair to say? I think most of you are on a culture change journey. How many of you would say you're partway on, or you're starting on, or partway through a journey to change the culture of aging in your organizations? Okay, yeah, almost all of you. So in its most general term, this is how we define culture change. And you know, when Al Power comes up right after me, I think you'll hear a lot more depth to this, but it's really a shift from institutional models of care to social models of living. So it's a shift from providing care to supporting living. Not that excellent care isn't important, though, and I always try to say that, but it just shouldn't be the central focus. It's putting living first that should be the central focus. So in a nutshell, that's how I think about culture change. It sounds simple almost, doesn't it? But we know that it's not simple. When we first started talking and thinking about culture change at the Schlegel villages, we started by learning from people who have been on the journey, like Barry Barkin, like Bill Thomas, like Rosemary Fagan, like Al Power, who's here with us today. And we realized back in 2009 that we were paying lip service to culture change in our mission, vision, and values. But if you strip away that language of resident-centeredness and those sorts of words that we have in our mission statement, we looked at what actually happens, and we don't necessarily embody culture change. Residents follow our routines rather than staff following resident routines. We were rotating staff back in 2009 rather than assigning staff to the same residents. We were treating environments like a workplace instead of a home where we happen to work but residents live. We were using words like feed, like toilet, a resident, that makes residents into objects rather than human beings with feelings and deserving of dignity and respect. We were taking away choices because we were worried they weren't safe. We were forgetting that risk is a normal part of life, and we were over-concerned for safety for a resident. Again, something that's important, but it's not the only thing that's important to quality of life for residents. That's why we called our journey Working Together to Put Living First. We really wanted to shift the focus more towards living, but continuing to provide excellent care. And Schlegel Villages has been on this journey since 2009, together with the Research Institute for Aging in an action research paradigm so that we can learn as we grow and move along our journey. The Culture Change Exchange today, though, is not only about learning the Schlegel Villages story. The Schlegel Villages story is a part of what we will share today, but an equally important part is other stories of culture change. There are many good examples of culture change activities out there, and we call this an exchange deliberately so that we can learn from each other and share each other's successes and challenges so that we can benefit the sector as a whole. Culture change is about transformation. It's not an easy journey, and it's personal transformation, it's organizational transformation, and it's also transformation at a societal level. So I'm starting to peel back the layers of culture change to begin the dialogue about the complexity of culture change. And it does mean that we have to think about our physical environments. How were we actually built to support living first for residents? It requires leadership practice change, and I know that some of the presentations today we will hear about some of these changes from some of the stories across Ontario. it requires staffing redesign, and it requires changing the language that we use to support living and a culture change. So I hope you enjoy today. I hope you learn something that you can take back. That's the purpose, to bring back ideas and learnings that you can implement back in your own organizations. I do want to take this opportunity, because it's my only chance at the mic today, to give a special thank you to Kate Duchak for organizing today, and also to the RIA staff team, Kim Fitzpatrick, Chelsea, Amy, Gert, Susan. All of you have been wonderful in putting everything together today, so thank you so much to all of you.